I will say about Jasmine, that's how I want to hear Democrats talk.
Goddamn right.
Like, I love that. Like, low key, it's
right.
sticky. It's also relatable. Like, Democrats, you got to stop talking like these Ivy League weirdos who are careful about every single word they use. It's completely unrelatable. A girl that talks like that, tell me tell me you don't feel as a working class American, which is who you really need to get back. Tell me you don't feel relatability to that.
That's what you need to have on Flagrant.
I would love that.
You need to have Jasmine Crockett on Flagrant.
And she might have the balls to actually do it. The rest of them are pussy.
She'll definitely do it. And you know what's so interesting? Jesse Waters last night, he labeled her the face of the Democratic Party. And I know Jesse might have been being funny, but he's right.
Let's go.
Jasmine Crockett is the face of the Democratic Party. There is nobody other than AOC. I got to give AOC props because I like what she's doing right now. Other than AOC, there is nobody that's being objective about the bullshit coming from both sides and willing to talk like that from the Democratic Party.
You need to talk like that.
Republicans are playing a very interesting game because they're playing. It's like trying out a new offense because you know the other team's defense sucks.
That's right. That's a good ass point.
I can fuck up. I can fumble. I know they can't recover the goddamn
that's
ball.
A great ass point.
I can try this person at this position. I can try this person at this position. We can just fucking run through them because they don't have no fucking defense to stop us. They don't even have
one person to be president.
Not one.
Son, the next Democratic president also is going to be doing first take. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Is that the next Democratic hopeful also got to wake up every morning and be like, LeBron's not as good as Jordan. Every single morning, you got to do that shit.
Man, I saw Bill Maher say that the next Democratic ticket, I don't know if he was being funny, but he had a real whole breakdown about it during New Rules.
What is that?
John Fetterman and Pete Buttigieg. That ain't going to do it, bruh. That ain't going to do it. And I like both of them. But
who's president?
John's the top of the ticket and Pete's the bottom. He did. That's how he had it. He had John at the top of the ticket and Pete at the bottom.
I think Stephen A got a chance, man.
Man, no.
Stephen A's the closest. And I didn't think so either, but he's the closest. But he just got $100 million from ESPN, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Listen, the Democrats are in such shambles, and I've said this a million times. When it comes to the economy, the Republicans are going to fumble. It's inevitable. And any economist told us this. And according to Elon and according to Trump, they know it's going to be some despair. They've said it. Yeah. Elon said it's going to be a hard period. Trump said it at the State of the Union the other day. It's going to be, what did you say? What did the words he used? It's going to be a little disturbance. I can't remember the exact word he used. But they're admitting that times are going to be super, 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 super tough. Mm-hmm. So they're going to fumble. But the Democrats don't have anybody to recover the fucking ball.
And that's why you need that messaging, and you need it now.
But
you got the Democrats showing up for Trump's address to both houses of Congress looking like damn fools, having videos where they dancing. You got to be kidding me. Putting 22 people on the screen at the same time, saying the same damn thing as if that message is going to resonate. Got a representative like Al Green out of Texas, 77 years old, obviously has fought the good fight, but looking incredibly immature and undisciplined. Wouldn't even give Trump a chance to speak, and he had to get removed from the House. And then yesterday, 10 Democrats joined with House Republicans to censure Al Green from Texas for his protest during President Trump's address to Congress Tuesday night. Trump didn't even have an opportunity to pass gas, and this man standing up protesting. Protesting what? He won the election. I'm on The View, and I got a bunch of ladies who I love and I respect coming up talking to me on the show, talking about there's no mandate, courtesy of Joy Behar. What mandate? Kamala Harris lost all the swing states. There was an increase with black voters, Latino voters, and young voters. He won the popular vote. He won the electoral college vote. 89% of the counties in the United States switched to Republican, but there's no mandate. And you're going to get up at 77 years of age. Why don't you just tell the truth? You didn't feel like sitting there. You know you couldn't take it. So you had to come up with a reason. Because Trump didn't give you a reason. Because he had barely spoken. And then these people holding up their signs. These Democrats looking like damn fools. I felt sad for my brother, Hakeem Jeffries, minority house leader. He sat there the whole time, but guess what? He didn't act like that. He was probably embarrassed by how they acted, like juveniles. Oh, by the way, I forgot to bring up how when Trump talked about the cancer, the kid that was suffering from cancer, and how he made him an honorary member of the Secret Service, nobody stood up. Or how he brought up Lincoln Riley, the 22-year-old who was killed by a migrant, and her mother and her sister were in attendance. They didn't stand up for that. All you did was give the impression anything that Trump favors, you're against. Wow, way to show the American people on the left you're ready to go do your job. Really? The Republicans, listen to me. As much as I don't want y'all to win, we got to call balls and strikes here. You got the Democrats reeling. I already pointed out how the vote highlights divisions within the party over how some members protested the president's remarks. Some held up signs. Others walked out or boycotted the speech altogether. Others took a more muted approach under the guidance of House Democratic leadership, who apparently urged members not to mount high-profile protests and cautioned them to show restraint. Now, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who I brought up, declined to comment on Green's move on Tuesday. However, speaking to a small group of reporters the next day, Jeffries said, quote, an overwhelming majority of House Democrats approached the speech with the seriousness that it deserved on behalf of the American people. Great quote to avoid pointing out that the rest of them acted like children. Republicans, you have them reeling. The Democrats are reeling. They are falling backwards. It's bad.
Yeah, here's the thing. I completely disagree with what they're talking about, especially about Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, getting somebody loud and annoying and obnoxious could be, that could get people's attention, right? She might be able to get people's attention, but it is not going to last long. And once again, the Democrats are losing the black vote. And getting people like Jasmine Crockett that's just loud and ratchet is not going to rile back people rile back into the Democratic Party. It's just not going to work that way. You actually have to do something. People are tired of the Democratic Party just putting somebody at the forefront that's going to cosplay as somebody being from the hood, from the ghetto, that talks like, she's from around town, and just get you to vote for them because they're relatable, right? They talk like you. They act like you. When has that ever worked? Voting on identity, voting on because somebody looks like you and talks like you and acts like you has never worked. You have to vote on policy. What does she stand for? Her policies don't change. She loves open borders. She doesn't think that illegal migration into this country is not a crime.
Enforcement, local law enforcement, they are always going after crime. And they don't say, oh, you committed a murder? Oh, but you're an immigrant? Well, let you go, right? So they are always focused on crime. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so that's why I wanted to point out, don't give me this fake outrage about criminals roaming our streets when you guys stand 10 toes down for the biggest criminal that we have ever seen go into the White House.
Right. This is the woman here that the Democrats are trying to put at the forefront. That's not gonna help them win. They have to change their policies and their ideas and go a little bit more to the center. But everything that they believe in, open borders, men and women's sports, kids transitioning, sending money to endless wars, like none of these ideas are favorable by the American people. But for some reason, just because Jasmine Crockett seems to get a lot of people's attention, they believe that she should be the next presidential candidate. That is insane. That is insane. And this is how you know that the Democrats are never going to change, because instead of changing their policy ideas, they rather bring somebody else that believes in the same thing, is just a little bit more louder. I told you guys, the Democrats believe it's just a messaging problem. They don't believe it's a policy problem. These people are so disconnected. They believe it's just that America, because they only lost with 1 point some percent margin and ignore everything else, that it's just because American people did not get the messaging or did not hear the messaging. So instead of changing policy ideas, they're going to put people like Jasmine Crockett at the forefront. And this is how you know that they're not gaining any forefront, because now you have people like Bill Maher that is roasting Jasmine Crockett.
Apropos of what's going on the left. And by the way, if you watch the speech, I saw mostly the clips of it, and mostly it was people in the audience, the guy with the cane, people with like paddles. Oh, there's the cane dude. And then there's, okay, here's our pussy hat uniform. And these, you know, looks like you're at a auction signs. I mean, it was, John Fetterman called it a sad cavalcade of self-owns and unhinged petulance. I love him. I said he should run last week. The Democrats seem so lost. And here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it. On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, oh, man, dude, this shit is whack and fuck it. Slap me, I'm fucking over it. Come on.
Yeah, so once again, the Democrats, like I said, always thrive on ignorance. This woman has no idea what she's talking about. And she's supposedly an attorney, right? She's supposed to be a lawyer, a former attorney, and she doesn't even know the law, and she's a congresswoman. But when you have people like Bill Maher, you're losing people like Bill Maher, who's more supposed to be the more centrist Democrat, and he's really not. That's insane. And this is somebody that's supposed to be the leader of the Democrats. They're cooked. They're never going to win anything, especially the presidency. They're not going to win for a very long time. For a very long time. I give the Republicans maybe 3 more presidencies before the Democrats have a chance, and the Republicans have to severely mess up for that to possibly even happen. If they do good, if they deliver on their promises and make this country great again, yeah, Democrats are done for. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this video in the comment section. Hit the like button down below. And of course, if you are brand new, consider hitting subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.